Hi everyone, it's Christy. I just wanted to, I'm just getting back from a meeting on paleo actually, so I will share that. And I'm in my car and it's nighttime and I've totally got the rig up with the, what's that called? The mirror with the light on it. So I've got a little like movie lighting tonight. What do you think? Anyways, so if you see a car drive by, that's what it is. So anyways, I really just wanted to back up again. I feel like I started this whole video thing and haven't really, kind of given my story of how I came to be of this decision. So, I just wanted to back up a little bit and tell you that. So actually, if you would have asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever, for the past while of my life, probably 6 months ago. And actually a friend did ask me about a year ago if I would ever do weight loss surgery. I would say absolutely no. Hell no. H-E double hockey stick, no. Because I just, probably because I was misinformed, and I also didn't think I was that big. I think I have this kind of weird perception of myself. I was talking about it in the support group, and that on my Facebook and my LinkedIn and anywhere that you can find me, usually, except probably here, I have a picture of myself at my wedding. It's kind of what I use for the go all, or I have some of my engagement pictures where I was probably about 170. And I kind of keep those in my head of like, well, that's what I look like. Because I see it all the time. And so that's kind of what that's what my mind thinks that I look like. Even though I know I see pictures now, I don't even like to take pictures of myself at all, which is really sad because I have a young family and they're not getting any pictures of their mama lately. In the past 3 years, I don't like family pictures. I don't like pictures of me because it just, to me, doesn't look like myself. So why would I want to see that? So, anyways, so that was one of the reasons I just didn't think I was big enough to do something like this. I had a baby, a little girl, about a year ago. We just celebrated her first birthday, actually, last week. And so as I'm like preparing for the big weight loss, what am I going to do this time? Is it going to be isogenics? Is it going to be Weight Watchers, which I totally suck at and hate counting calories, by the way. Is it going to be paleo, which I did for 2 months and loved it. I'll have a whole nother post on that later, or video. Sorry, I'm a blogger. This is weird for me, vlogging. Totally a new concept. Thank you, Nerd in Oregon, for introducing me to vlogging because I kind of like it. So anyways, back to my story, which was I had a little girl, and as I'm preparing to lose weight, just trying to figure out what I was going to do. And I have a friend that had the surgery about 3 years ago, and she had a baby after and is actually pregnant again. But she lost a ton of weight, and I had to ask her what she did, and she told me she did weight loss surgery and told me the whole story. We're kind of more acquaintances, not best buds or anything, but she's a cute girl, and I love her. And so she told me the whole story, and it kind of opened my eye to it. And then I just started doing more research, and I talked to other friends, and then I made an appointment to fill out the paperwork to get an appointment. They called me. I went in for orientation. No, I didn't do that yet. They called to see if my insurance would cover it. Then I went in for an orientation. Once they called me to tell me that the surgery was covered by my insurance, it was kind of like, whoa, am I doing this? Okay, I'm going to go to orientation and see if I'm really going to do this. And I went to orientation, and from then on, like, even though it was definitely emotional up and down, dealing with emotions with my father, which I talked about in the last video. He passed away 5 years ago. All this up and down, that it was just been kind of keeps going, and I just get more and more sold, as you could say. The real percentages, like the facts of it, when I thought about what's my diet, what's my next diet, and how much am I going to lose, and how much am I going to gain back, and that whole rigmarole, that was really the take it home for me, because I realized that when I went into the orientation, how they were talking about numbers, which is totally, you hear it all the time, but it's 98% of people that diet gain it back. And I've heard two statistics. I've heard 20 to 40%, and I've heard 10 to 20% gain it back with weight loss surgery. Sorry about that. Something alert on my phone. So those are huge numbers, and I know that I am dedicated enough, and I'm super good at maintaining, for the most part, that I know that I can be one of those percentage people that keeps the weight off for the rest of my life, and that this is the tool that's going to help me do that. And through the process, that's what I've discovered, and that's how I made my decision, was the numbers, really, and the facts. And I'm more of like an emotional person, and I make my decisions kind of on a whim, and but I'm also very much a research gatherer and information gatherer, and I needed a lot of information to make this decision. But when it got to the numbers, I was like, that's a really good reason to do it. The other really good reason to do it is that diabetes runs in my family. My father got diabetes type 2 when he was 40 years old and didn't do anything about it. He lost feeling in his hands and his feet. He struggled his whole life, and I'm kind of the second to youngest. So my parents, actually my mom is like 73. And so my dad was 72 when he passed away 5 years ago. So I kind of have older parents, and my dad struggled with it his whole life. So when they had me, he had already had diabetes. So I grew up with him having it and doing shots and the whole thing, and struggling with his weight and the sleep apnea and all of that. And when I, through this journey, have discovered how much I'm built like him, discovering I'm pre-diabetic, that I have sleep apnea, that's a whole nother video post, by the way, the sleep apnea. Scary. It was kind of really, I was really upset about it and really pissy about it, and my appointment and the doctor, and I was super irritated. But in the end, it was good to find something like that out. I don't have a CPAP, but that's a whole long story. So anyways, those things, like following in my father's footsteps, were a huge thing for me, in making this decision. And knowing that I'm going to be healthy for my children. They're young. They're 1 and 3.5, almost 4. So being healthy for them, and just being an active person. I love running and adventures and vacations and travel. I really want to fit on an airplane seat without a seatbelt extender, since I fly for a living. I fly quite often. I'm a meeting planner, so I travel a lot, and that is really embarrassing. Super embarrassing. Hate it. I actually have my own travel. I have my own seatbelt extender because I accidentally forgot to return it one time. But shh, don't tell anybody. It's a total secret. So anyways, that's it. I just wanted to talk about my history a little bit, and of why this decision is good for me. And my surgery is in, I think it's 8 days. It's a week from tomorrow. So it's 7 days from tomorrow. And it's like 11 o'clock here right now. So I'm going to say 8 days, but really it's 7 days tomorrow. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be thin and to be healthy and to do all the things that I want to do in life. So, but I wanted to tell you why I made the decision, because it's a big one, not one to be taken lightly, and it's definitely one where you need to get a lot of information. Even just watching the YouTube videos that I've been watching is eye-opening. There are things that people are talking about that they don't talk about in your orientation and your 10 other appointments. So this community in itself is hugely important, and that's all I want to say. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Under 10 minutes. Bye.